Hello, my beautiful Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you guys are so very welcome. I just heard from the grapevine that Alisa Hyatt has been fired from her job. As a matter of fact, she has been fired for a couple of weeks now. I did not know, and that was why I said, you know what? Bring it to Fumi Nation because they might not know either. I also did not know that Alisa was a nurse. I knew that Dejeuner was a nurse. I also found out through all of this that Dejeuner she had just given birth and she has a young baby girl, not even up to a year. But I did not know that Alisa Hyatt was a nurse and she got fired. I'm under the impression that, well, it's everywhere. I'm here in London, and when I tell you, when I go out and I bump into Fumi Nation here, Shanquella Robinson, constantly. It's amazing how Shanquella it's become a global concern. Everybody wants to know what is the update. Alisa has been fired. And I wanted to add that this is a good thing for the Cabo 6 because I don't know where they're hiding, or are they just living in plain sight? This is one. And for how long do they think this charade is going to go on for? I know it's tough. It's tough for me. I've spoken to a whole bunch of people. And they said, for me, you have to wait for the extradition process. How long that will take, we don't know. Some people say, for me, Mexico is going to be a minute. Some people say, no, Mexico are on top of it. It's all hearsay. I don't really know. But what I do know, and that was why I brought this up. The streets, street justice, jungle justice, you can't escape that. The Cabo 6 will be squeezed out because I know some of us are not as patient as others. And her job got wind of what happened to Shanquella. They've read and they can see her name in circulation, and they were like, sis, you can't work here. And while you cannot work here, all of the affiliated hospitals that we work with, because you know how it is when you have to go and get blood work. It is in one hospital, well, here in London for sure. And then if you have to go and do something else, it's in another hospital. That's how it goes. I don't know how it is in the US. But I do know that as she has gotten fired, she has very limited places where she can go for job possibilities that don't know her and don't know her reputation. And so this is good because it's going to squeeze them. When you got no money, but you can't pay your bills. And those bills come every, 30 days. Some even less. Sometimes when I get my bill, I'm like, but it's not the following month yet. But they're like, no, we're sending it to you so that you can get prepared to know how you're going to pay it. I'm like, damn. Every 30 days, those bills come. And so for the Cabo 6, let's start making it uncomfortable for them. Yes, I said it. Any which way you can. Start making it uncomfortable. Somebody gotta talk. Somebody will talk. Somebody will squeal the rest out and say, I can't live like this. Because you deserve answers. The parents deserve answers. Because ever since this case came up, I haven't really slept well. I wake up. I don't know about you guys. I wake up every night. I think about Shanquella. I think about other things. I just don't sleep well. And I wonder, Fumi, if you're not sleeping, can you imagine the mother? Can you imagine the father? I want to say a huge thank you to a wonderful Fumi Nation. Sister, friend, mother of 6, Susan Flowers. Thank you, Susan, for all that you've done. I sincerely appreciate you. Susan and I got in touch via Instagram in relation to Shanquella, and we got to talk. And she has given me, well, let me just say, there's a very interesting episode I am going to deliver for you guys in the next couple of weeks. because of Susan Flowers. She has a YouTube page. I'm going to put the link here. You guys support her. She's helping the Robinson family. And I just want to say thank you to you, Susan Flowers, mother of 6, a phenomenal human being, and I'm grateful. I also want to extend my gratitude to another Fumi Nation supporter. I have a Shanquella file here in my email file because I get a lot. But there's another lady that is very, very, very consistent, and she doesn't let up. And it helps me because I can't be everywhere. My eyes can't be everywhere. It's impossible. And so I really, 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 really appreciate the love and support. Clarice Reeves. Love you. Thank you, Clarice. We've been going back and forth for the past 6 weeks. Constantly, every other day. And so I wanted to say thank you to you as well, Clarice, because I don't know how I'll be able to do what I do without you, because I like to double check and make sure that I have facts. There's a lot out there, and I always look for a way that I can keep the story alive. I get so many of you that also DM me about other stories. I will do them. I absolutely will. It's so ironic because this was me who I thought I would never study law. And somehow here I am, you know, on the prosecutor's table. And I'm honored that you guys think I'm able to do anything. What I know I can do is use my platform. And I am so humbled, I am so grateful that the platform has grown to this stage where Fumi Nation does make an impact, where we can make a shift, where networks are watching this show, where lawyers are watching this show and saying, we'll come on and we'll let you know what's going on. Talking about networks, a network out in Charlotte actually went out in pursuit of the Cabo 6. They wanted to speak to them, see what they could get, because we are, myself included, really and truly, we're getting restless. And while we're waiting, isn't there anything we can do? And so that was with WBTV News. They decided, let's go on an investigation. And Brandon Hamilton set out in pursuit of whom? Alyssa Hyatt. Shoot, she had a bad week. Ha ha! I can laugh and I don't mind. She had a bad week. Oh yes, they went in pursuit of her just before I think she got fired. They went to her job. They got there like 5 o'clock. And as she was just getting into her car, there was Brandon. Can you tell us what is going on? Can you tell us anything you know about Shanquella's Robinson's case? Because we know that you were there. She jumped right into her car and that was it. Brandon had called out her name. She said yes and that was it. And she said, no comment, jumped into her car. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me put the clip right here. Guys, let me explain something to you. I cannot take network content that's not mine, and just put it up here. But what I can do, I can make it a voiceover. So I make it a voiceover and I put pictures, still pictures, so that you can follow the story, so that you guys can see it. Because I know some of you, when you click off, if you click off, you don't have the time. I get it. So I do that so that you guys can see and you can hear what is going on.
We take a journey trying to uncover why this Charlotte 25-year-old woman was found dead in Mexico. And that journey led us to High Point. WBTV's Brandon Hamilton has been breaking developments in this case since last month. He tracked down one of the people reportedly with her on that trip to Cabo. Brandon, did you talk with them? What did you find out?
Sources tipped me off to where one of those friends on their trip with Shanquella could be, Molly. And yes, we spoke quickly, but our goal was simply to ask what happened to Shanquella Robinson. From Charlotte to High Point, North Carolina. We're headed to High Point to find one of the friends of Shanquella Robinson. We received a tip on an address, so we'll see if she is willing to talk. The goal of this trip was to ask the one question that is being asked around the country, as the death of this Charlotte 25-year-old has raised eyebrows nationwide. What we wanted to ask happened to Shanquella Robinson. WBTV photojournalist Noah Shun and I arrived in High Point around 4:30 on Monday afternoon to find one of the friends who was reportedly inside the hotel room with Shanquella in late October when this viral video was taken. A source said the reported friend would be leaving work around 5 p.m. and was also given a name which we're not repeating because no person around Shanquella has yet to be charged in the United States. We haven't talked to any of the friends. Their numbers have been either disconnected, no one's answering at their home addresses. So we just simply want to know again what happened to Shanquella. Right at 5 o'clock. A woman fitting her description walked out of a business. I then approached her and again we're blurring her face because no charges have been filed. This is how our conversation went. Hi, Hi, I'm work for WBTV. We're just trying to figure out what happened to Shanquella. Any comment? She closed her car door and then drove off without answering anything.
And some of you will be asking, where was she working? That is Alisa. Alisa was working at High Point Medical Center in North Carolina. That was where she was working. Yeah. Very happy. Very good. Very, very, very good. And good job, Brandon Hamilton. I don't know how long it took for you to go out there and get just that snippet of anything, of something. But it's good for us. You know, so good job, WBTV, good job. And yeah. High Point Medical Center in North Carolina. That was where she was working. Oh, God, if I was there, I'd have gone to the hospital right there and be interviewing. I wish I was there. I wish that you never know. You never know. Let the trial start. Let's see what we're working with. I'm just really surprised that Alisa is a nurse. A nurse. Your whole career is about saving lives. And you sat down and watched a life being snuffed out of another human being. Worse, somebody that you knew. And you work as a nurse. The same thing with Dajane. You work as a nurse. Not only should they be fired, they should never work in that industry again. They should never, ever work as nurses again. I stand by that. It's difficult. I talked to my lawyer friend in New York. Maybe I'll bring him back. And he said, Fumi, you know what it is? They're dotting all of their I's. They're crossing all of their T's. Because this happened in Cabo, because this happened in Mexico, not in the US, they have to take precise steps to make sure that they've got everything when they go for these guys. They make a mistake, these guys might just walk away free. Out of their stupidity, because they're not career criminals, they thought we'll beat her because that's what goes on, you know, and we'll film it. They can't think, they're so stupid. They were filming it, and this is how the world got to know the power of social media. And that is God. God said, I have got the final say. And he's going to gather all of these up. Cabo 6, we have to wait. But in waiting, make them uncomfortable. Make them uncomfortable. Let them lose their jobs. Because they cannot be hiding in plain sight and living regular, normal lives. We saw what we saw. We saw what we saw. I know you saw it. I saw it. Everybody saw it. On that basis alone, put in the squeeze. And a lot of companies do that. Sometimes when you have celebrities and they're in court, you know what? I'll give you a perfect example. What does he call himself? Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, they dropped him like a hot potato, like a bad habit. They said, we don't know, we're not sure. Once everything has been cleared, then you can come back. Until then, we'll just have to let you go for now. Let all of them go. Let all of them go from their jobs. Don't let them even live in your building. Don't let them rent. Don't let them buy food from your grocery store. Yeah, because you know what? We are all here. Shanquella is not. How about that? Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, but above all else, share. Keep sharing. That's all I can do, guys. I don't know what else I can do. Anything that I hear, I will bring it to you guys, guaranteed. But that's all I can do. And I need you to help me to share it. I don't care about the other episodes, but the Shanquella episodes, yes, I do. Share, 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 share. Change is coming. Okay? Change is coming. I was listening to Sam the other day, and I just can't wait. I can't wait, guys. I can't wait. I can't wait. It takes time. We're here. We'll wait. At the same time, I can't wait. All of my love, guys. I'll see you sooner than later.
This city has a special morning voice. Speaks to me through an open window, masquerading as noise. 10 million people waking up, and somehow I'm the lucky guy who gets to make you a coffee cup. And if I ever forget what matters most, if I am giving up the ghost, remind me, babe, and I will do my best to recall. And if I stumble and fall, if I make a mess of it all, remind me, babe, and I will do my best to recall. This is